Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm Austin Julian, 17 years of age, a student in Maseno School, Kenya. My heart speaks this, but my pen translates. The swaying foliage sways with the wind, oblivious of the peril lurking. We've been promising to make change, but yes, we lied. The environmental situation in the foreseeable future is a matter that has raised concerns and commands urgent need of serious attention. With the progress going on, the future prospects would rather leave wounds on our earth that are too raw to probe come 2050. Allow me broach this subject and give you my own version of our earth at 2050. Global warming, due to excess amounts of carbon dioxide, has greatly affected the amount of water and its quality. Due to such escalating temperatures, we experience two things transpiring in tandem: evaporation, which reduces water quantity, and increased salinity due to high evaporation, which reduces water quality. The water is thus not enough and not suitable to service our domestic needs. Drinking such water causes more harm than good, as dehydration occurs at large. We also have the dirtifying of our rivers and lakes with untreated sewage from industries near the aforementioned water bodies. These effluents contain chemicals that lead to excessive growth of algae, which cuts off oxygen supply, thus killing our aquatic animals. This deprives many fishermen their only source of livelihood. Increased evaporation rates has also led to increase subsequently by 7 to 11% annually. The result would be wet tropical regions becoming wetter and drier tropical regions becoming drier. The desertification creeping into arid areas denies the areas flourishing vegetation growth, this thus leading to sullen-looking environment. Our natural ecosystem is also disrupted to the detriment of our biosphere. There will be shrinking of regions and our forests, which will thus shift northwards, all in the name of declining the amount of rainfall. Wheat-growing areas in Canada and Russia will thus shift towards poles. The encroachment of desert-like conditions leaves the land devoid of pasture, which would otherwise have fed our livestock or animals, thus causing their demise. Truth be told, with the shrinking of forests comes the bitter fact of destruction of water catchment areas. Area under irrigation will thus suffer a massive lack of water supply, reducing vegetation cover in the world over. Some plant species are most likely to become extinct as the forthcoming dry conditions will not be suitable for their growth. Global warming will lead to utter destruction of the ozone layer. This will actually increase the rate of skin diseases, not to mention eye diseases like cataracts in human beings. Human beings thus suffer a greater risk of deplorable health conditions. The ultraviolet rays will also cause depopulation of fish, thus depriving Earth its pride in marine ecology. Our atmosphere also has a fair share in the trail of destruction likely to occur in 2050. Increased concentration of gases such as methane, carbon dioxide, and other nitrous gases emanating from industries will increase destruction of our ozone layer. Global warming will be on the rise as terrestrial radiation will be retained on Earth. Our air will thus be polluted, leaving little clean air for us to salvage on. With the rate of shrinking forests, this cannot be corrected, and thus leaving all life on Earth to bear the painful fate. The desert-like conditions would lead to death of microorganisms in the soil, which bind soil particles. The particles of soil thus become loose and susceptible to soil erosion. With the current rate of illegal logging, soil does not stand a chance in existence as the trees are destroyed. The wind will therefore erode the soil, reducing the soil cover on the earth's surface. The poor agricultural methods, such as overstocking, leaves the soil bare, thus exposed to agents of soil erosion. Plowing across the contours increases rate of gully erosion or real erosion on sloping areas. We can nip all this in the bud by not burying our head in the sand but by taking serious action. Illegal logging for wood fuel can be reduced by usage of alternative sources of energy, like solar, use of biogas, use of wind turbines. This will stop or curb shrinking of forest cover. Land reclamation through reforestation and forestation projects will not only beautify the environment, but also help in serving as water catchment areas and improving the rainfall distribution in arid and dry areas. Soil conservation measures should be taken into consideration. This is by construction of gabions and terraces. We could also practice good agricultural methods like plowing along the contours, mulching to help bind soil particles, thus diminishing chances of soil erosion. Treating of industrial wastes such as gases or effluents before releasing them. This will reduce pollution of rivers. This can be undertaken strictly by introducing policies against environmental pollution by industries. Inasmuch as these industries give us monetary gain, we don't need coins, we need change. By doing so, we will save the earth from the peril looming large, and we, the inhabitants, suffering as the victims who may live to tell the story or even fail to. And thus, we'll have a pollution-free drinking water, clean breathing air, tolerable temperature levels, and a balanced ecosystem for the earth at 2050. We can get these favorable climatic conditions we so much want, if only we want it hard enough. As our French guys have it, merci beaucoup. It was a pleasure having you all.